Bounty hunting is a complicated profession. Don't you agree?
What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to Jake and Gaming. So this weekend, in my opinion, was a pretty good weekend for the Star Wars community. We got the official trailer for The Mandalorian, and I'm sorry, but that series looks amazing. I'm really looking forward to it. It looks like it's a cross between, John Wick and Cowboy Bebop. It looks like it's going to be dark, gritty. It's not going to be your average Star Wars movie or series. I'm really looking forward to it. And, ever since, The Last Jedi came out, it's been really bad. My view and, for Star Wars is just nosedived. And, we got, The Last Jedi, and then we got Solo, and it's just been crap. And now we're getting this, what looks like to be, it's going to be an awesome TV series. I'm really looking forward to it. So, I'm going to have to get the Disney, I guess it's called Disney Plus. That's their streaming website where it's going to, that show, and it's going to be everything Disney, I guess, is going to be on that streaming site. So if you want to see Star Wars, you're going to have to get it. Kind of sucks, but you know what? Small price to pay if you really want to, depending on how you look at things, or your point of view, however the hell you want to look at it. But anyway, like I was saying, it looks great. There's a couple of characters from the original trilogy. There was IG-88. He was the thin, tall droid that was in there, and I think there were a couple other characters, but IG-88 was the character that really stood out to me. Now, a couple of months ago, there was, I think, a Star Wars Celebration happened, and they had some footage for The Mandalorian, but it wasn't released to the public. So what got released was basically some cell phone footage, of what was played during the celebration. And, looking at that footage, looking at this trailer, I'm really happy with this. Okay, so if these new Star Wars trilogies look like this, then there's hope for Star Wars. Okay, now also a lot of so it wasn't just the Mandalorian, because they got D23, I guess, whatever the hell that is. I'm not really sure what that is, but it's basically something going on at Disney. But we also got news about season 7 for the Clone Wars. We never got the 7th season, so it looks like that's going to be done, and we're going to get that February next year, so it's not too far away. So I actually like the Clone Wars. I like the Star Wars Rebels. I hated Resistance. Season 2 for Resistance is coming out. I could care less. It just didn't jump at me. It didn't grab my attention the way the Clone Wars did, or the way Star Wars Rebels did, but it is what it is. So we're also getting Obi-Wan series. Now here's where I'm kind of on the fence here, or not necessarily on the fence. I'm happy that we're getting something for Obi-Wan Kenobi. I've always liked that character. I liked his character in the prequel trilogy, and I always liked his character in the original trilogy. Okay, but I always felt, when Star Wars announced that Disney announced that they were going to be doing these separate movies based off of characters and events that were happening, I always wanted, like so many other people, I always wanted an Obi-Wan Kenobi movie. I felt that his character deserves to have his own movie. Okay, now we're getting a series. It's a TV series, and it's based off of in between episode 3 and episode 4. Well, I mean, of course, that wouldn't make sense. So I would assume it's going to be based on his time on Tatooine for those, about 20 years, give or take. And I don't know how many series it's gonna, yeah, I guess it's gonna depend on how good it is. So, Ewan McGregor is coming back to reprise his role as Obi-Wan Kenobi, so that's great. I really like him. I'm glad that they're having him fill the role and not somebody else. That would have really cheapened it for the character. And you never know. Depending on how well it goes, maybe they will eventually do a movie. And I will say I do love that period of Star Wars, that time in between, from the time that Order 66 dropped until, when Episode 4 started. So that 20 years, during the time of the Empire, that's the time of Star Wars I'm really interested in. So I'm really interested in seeing, what Obi-Wan was up to on Tatooine. And of course, we all know he was looking after Luke and his aunt and uncle, keeping them safe. But there has, of course, if you've read, Star Wars Legends, of course, there's a lot of other stuff that happened that Obi-Wan Kenobi was taking care of while he was in his exile on Tatooine. So hopefully it will do good. They'll do the character justice. And who knows, maybe we'll still get an Obi-Wan Kenobi movie. I'm really hoping that does happen, because this is just my personal belief. If there's a character that deserves to have their own movie, it's Obi-Wan Kenobi. And of course, we've got Episode 9 news. So Episode 9, is coming out in December, and I'll put it to you this way. Of course, I'm gonna go. Okay, I am not going to sit here and say, no, I'm fed up with Star Wars, I'm done. No, I'll probably never be fed up with Star Wars. Am I happy with where it's going or, where it's gone? No, but I don't want to give up on it. It's just a huge part of who I am. Okay, so they released, I guess the poster for Episode 9 got released. And on the poster, there's, I guess, Rey and Kylo Ren fighting, and then there's this, this picture of Palpatine in the background. But here's the problem with Palpatine in the background. When you look at it, a lot of people noticed it looked really cartoony. It looked like some really cheap, CGI. I was watching a video on the Geeks and Gamers YouTube channel, and he made the comment that it looked like it was it was maybe like a fan made type thing. Or is the Geeks and Gamers and I think Star Wars Theory, they were talking about the poster, but it doesn't look very good. It looks really cheap. And when I was I was watching the Geeks and Gamers video on it, and they had a website talking about how, they found out where the picture of Palpatine came from, and basically it's a toy. So I'm gonna put a picture up, and I'll also put the website up in the description so you can go there and look at it yourself. But it's unbelievable, that Disney is this damn lazy, and this is what worries me about Episode 9. Just in, you're a few months away, you're advertising this movie, and this is what you guys do. So, oh God, I am so sorry. Little shit like this is what worries me. Okay, now the other thing that worries me about Episode 9, they have thrown in so much shit, and now there's leaked information starting to kick out where supposedly Rey is, I guess she's wearing a dark cloak, and she's got a double-bladed red lightsaber, so I guess she falls to the dark side, and more than likely Finn and Chewie and everyone else is probably going to have to help, bring her back from the dark side or some shit like that. Okay, because now, again, this comes back to all the damage that Episode 8 did, so now they're having to throw all this shit into Episode 9 to make up for it. So, I'll put it to you this way. When I go, I'm going to go. Okay, like I said earlier, I am not going to sit here and lie and tell you that, no, I'm not going to go see the movie. Of course, I'm going to go see it. Okay? But I'm not going to walk into that theater with beer goggles on like I did when I went in to go see Episode 8. Okay? Now, you can call me red pilled or I unplugged from the Matrix, but my eyes are wide the hell open. And, you know, if Episode 9, and, well, I mean, it's not Rian Johnson, it's J.J. Abrams. I liked what he did with Star Trek. Not so much the one with Khan. But, you know, I did like the Star Trek movies he's made for the most part. So, we'll just have to see. And, you know, maybe they've listened to the, you know, the backlash they got from Episode 8, but something tells me they didn't. But all we can do is just wait until that movie comes out, you know, and just go from there. You know, they've got 2 other movie or trilogies, I guess, are being made, and I think one of them's going to be on the Old Republic. So, you know, keep your fingers crossed. Maybe we'll see Revan in that. That would be nice, you know, if Revan was in that. But anyway, so like I said, it was really good to see the Mandalorian trailer. It looks really good. I'm really hoping it does hold up to the hype. Because that would be extremely disappointing if that. But something tells me it is going to be good. You know, we're also getting the spin-off series. The guy from Rogue One, Kaznian Andor, I think that's his name. So he's getting his spin-off series. So obviously, you know, that's of course before the events of Rogue One because he dies in the movie. So I don't know anything. I don't really know much about that series. I don't think they've put out very much about that series. I don't even know when that's coming out, but it looks like you know, at least the TV series, it looks like those are going to be pretty good. So anyway, I got to keep this short because it's almost 1 o'clock in the morning. I got to get to work. I've got to get, you know, I got to be at work in like 6-7 hours. So let me know what you think about the Mandalorian trailer. You know, do you like it? Do you like where Star Wars is going? It looks like they are kind of starting to pick up a little bit. You know, Star Wars Land or whatever that's at Disney, it looks like that kind of bombed. So that was a little bit of a disappointment because I wanted to go. But let me know what you think. You know, do you think that Star Wars is going to pick up, or do you still think it's going to nosedive? Personally, you know, at least with the sequel trilogy, it's just been one bomb after the other. So anyway, feel free to leave a comment down below. If you liked the video, go ahead and hit that like button, and I will see you guys next time.